Like I said, I think reparations are more important than apologies. So I have already donated to the Trayvon Martin Foundation. Literally the first thing I did. And I'm doing my research. I'm looking into other communities and foundations that I can help with, and I will continue to do that. Like I said, in any way that I can help, I will help.
Hey bitches, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone out there is doing amazing. I wanted to start this video off on a more serious topic because I am going to discuss the Brooke Schofield situation that is currently going on. If you are not aware, Brooke Schofield is getting dragged and canceled, rightfully so, because she had some very problematic and very racist and disgusting tweets that resurfaced from years ago. I've seen all of your comments wanting me to address this, and honestly, I haven't talked about it up until now because I really don't think that there's anything that I can add to the conversation other than the fact that I think that her tweets are vile and disgusting. And she literally made this bed so she is laying in it. I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you that Brooke Schofield has changed. I don't know if Brooke Schofield has changed, and I'm also not going to sit here and accept an apology that she uploaded over on TikTok, which honestly, the two videos that I saw that she uploaded over on TikTok addressing this entire situation, it just seems like she was trying to place blame on certain things that happened in her life and like her upbringing. This apology or non-apology, whatever the hell you want to call it, is not for me to accept or even try to accept. It is for Black people and people of color. I cannot sit here and tell you that I know the experience that Black people and people of color have, and I definitely cannot sit here and tell you that I know exactly how they are feeling in this situation with these Trayvon Martin tweets. And honestly, I'm just gonna say it. All the white people that are down in Brooke Schofield's comments are just in comments on these videos about Brooke Schofield that are literally white knighting for her, saying, "Oh my God, it's okay, Brooke, you didn't do anything wrong, blah, 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 blah." Girl, shut the f up. This situation is not about you. Sit this one out. Now, with that said, I am going to play you the videos of Brooke Schofield addressing this situation because honestly, as I said earlier, it really just dug her deeper into a hole and into the ground. I am curious though to know everybody's thoughts and opinions down in the comment section regarding the Brooke Schofield situation, and please, whatever you do, just keep it respectful down below.
All right, guys, I have had a lot to say about accountability lately and how important it is and how far it can go, and I feel like I'm not taking my own advice. Obviously, by now you guys have seen the tweets that are circulating around. They unfortunately are not fake. Those are real tweets, like real things that I said. First of all, I want to acknowledge that I feel the same way about them that you do. I think they're so disturbing, they're wrong, they're horrible, and they're disgusting. Of course, I do appreciate the people who are coming to bat for me and like saying like, you know, it was so long ago and like she's grown and stuff, but like it doesn't, honestly, it doesn't fucking matter. Like it literally does not matter. They are horrible. I want to talk about particularly the Trayvon Martin, George Zimmerman situation. Try not to be so emotional because I don't want it to seem like it's like a sympathy thing at all. I also don't want to blame anybody else at all, and so I'm trying like to be really careful about that. I just want to explain like and give some context into like my mindset at the time, because I have seen like some comments today that are like, well, no shit, she's racist, like white nepo baby, like a little like spoiled brat, like, and that was not my situation. And my parents were addicts, so I was adopted by my grandparents when I was like 10, and I grew up with them from that point on. And as is true for a lot of grandparents, they're a little bit less progressive than a lot of us are now. And my grandma has dementia, so it was really just like me and my grandpa, and he is a very, very right-wing conservative man. Okay, it was like my household was literally just Fox News all the time, Rush Limbaugh, like if you guys know who that is, like playing literally all day long through the house, and that was just like the only thing ever that I had been exposed to. You guys have also seen my mom's Twitter because she was responding back and forth about the Trayvon Martin situation, and I just should have known better. I know her, and I should have known that she's not somebody that I take any sort of political insight from at all. Again, sometimes you like have these people that you like put on a pedestal and you think everybody older than you is smarter than you and knows everything, and they do not. Truthfully, it took me a really long time. Like, I know some of the tweets I was like 18 and people are like, yeah, like she was old enough to know better. And like, honest to God, you guys, it wasn't until like even after college that I really started to like shift my way of thinking. And there are people in my life who I might have looked up to forever who I do not agree with. I think it's amazing now that people are like learning earlier on about politics and like forming their own opinions outside of like what their parents think or what they're hearing or whatever it is. But that just wasn't the case for me. Whatever I heard, I passed on. I'm sorry, very, very sorry to anybody who is hurt by the tweets, because obviously they're very hurtful. Like a lot of it is just like what, like why would I even say that? And I apologize for not having said something sooner. I just felt like I was getting these messages from people who like were hurt by them. I felt like by bringing more attention to it, I was just going to be hurting more people, and that was not the right mindset. I should have said something sooner, and I would never let something go this far again. Like, I love you all so much, and obviously I know that there are some people who are just like not going to care for me anymore. Like, I understand that. I need you to know that like that is not how I think, that is not what I believe, and I am 27 years old now. I've had so much time to like learn and grow and like formulate my own opinions, and they are nothing like they were when I was 17, 18 years old. Because I want to talk about my last video, okay? Because I am listening to everybody, and obviously I am reflecting and looking back on it, and I do agree with everyone that I missed the mark. I obviously saw everything that was going on, and I saw how hurt everybody was by it, so I felt like I just had to put something out as soon as I physically could so that nobody thought I was ignoring the situation or didn't realize how like important it was. But as a result of that, I put out this like very emotional, scrambled video where I essentially made none of the points that I should have been making. First and obviously most important thing is that I'm so sorry specifically to Black people and the other people of color who were offended by my tweets, okay? Because obviously I'm seeing a lot of like positivity in the comments and people saying that they forgive me and it's all white people. And that's how I know I did not address this properly at all. So I want to be clear that this is directed specifically to Black people and other people of color, and I'm not seeking white people's understanding or forgiveness or approval or whatever it is. Now, sorry is not enough, in my opinion, for the way that I was tweeting and the things that I was saying online at that time. I know that there's no apology beyond like reparations that can mend that wound. I don't care if I was a teenager, I was old enough to know better, and not only did I choose to say those things, I chose to say those things on a public platform, and I am very, very ashamed of it. Especially sorry to those who were affected in real time, because keep in mind, I had friends and family who were following me at that time and would have been hurt by those tweets, and I feel sick over that. The tweets were racist, okay? There's no getting around that. They cannot be dismissed as jokes or political opinions or anything else. It was racism. In my last video, I put all this emphasis on my family thinking it was gonna like provide context, but instead it just made it look like I was pointing fingers and like placing blame, and that was exactly the opposite of what I should have been doing. The fact of the matter is nobody forced me to tweet those things. I tweeted those things on my own, and the blame is on me. The conscious choice to not learn about politics until I was a young adult. But that did not stop me from tweeting political opinions. I wanted to appear that I knew more than I did and that I was educated, and instead I was spreading harmful, very, very harmful misinformation. I had all the educational resources available to me to learn what was right, and I chose not to. However, the murder of Trayvon Martin has nothing to do with politics, okay? The murder of Trayvon Martin was a hate crime, it was horrible, and he did not deserve it, and no Black person deserves it. When it happened, I repeated disgusting misinformation on a public platform, and I'm genuinely so disturbed by that. I truly cannot believe it. It makes me sick, like truly sick to think about it now. Now, I mentioned in my last video how I didn't really like open my eyes until after college, but I want to make it clear that when I say that, I'm referring to hate crimes in particular. It wasn't until after college that I realized how prevalent police brutality is and how common hate crimes are. It's constantly happening. I think a lot of people felt this way, but the murder of George Floyd shifted my mindset completely, okay? Because that's when I started to really research and learn what it was like and what it looked like to be anti-racist. I started to seek out my own resources and learn what reparations looked like and learn what I could do as a white person in situations like these. And I'm really, truly ashamed that it took me that long. I talked in my last video about how I grew up in a Republican household. And I didn't say that because I think all Republicans are racist, but I just wanted you to know that those are the only conversations that I had been exposed to. But then I went off to college, okay? And I went to college in Arizona, which is still a red state, but Arizona is also a state with a lot of diversity. And I was a public health major where so many elements have to do with race and racial inequality. I learned so much during that time, you guys. It was actually really eye-opening for me because I had a lot of thoughts my entire life that completely shifted once I started to learn like things from other people's perspectives. So much of what I previously had believed to be true changed, and I started paying attention to things that I hadn't before. Again, I acknowledge that I was an adult at this time, and I had all the resources in the world available to me to educate myself prior to college, and I chose not to, and for that I am sorry. Really, really wish that I had. I wrote my college thesis on racial disparities, so how things like socioeconomic standing, health, housing, income, and so many other things can be affected by your race. I didn't stop learning there, and I don't plan to stop learning about these issues ever. I truly mean that, and I know a lot of you aren't going to believe me, and I understand that, but I do care about these issues. But I don't want this conversation to be over, honestly. I'm not posting this video to make everything go away. I don't want to try to get myself uncanceled, but I know there are a lot of people like me who are still working to unlearn the inherent racism that we possess still. While I know that I've changed, I also know that there's a lot of work to be done, okay? There's a lot that I could still do that I have not done yet. I promise you that I will. I have been and will continue to look into reparation initiatives to share with you guys, as well as figure out ways that we can give Black creators more visibility, because we know that's a major problem in this space. I want to do everything that I can to show you that I am not the person that I was in 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. I am not. I understand that there are people who are never going to forgive me, and I do not fault you for that at all. At all. But I truly am so sorry. I am sorry for the words that I said. I am sorry for my racist past. I am sorry for the people that I hurt. And I want to do everything I can to earn back your trust, because it really is very important to me.
So honestly, those are my thoughts and opinions on this entire Brooke situation. I think what she said was absolutely vile and disgusting, as I said before. Some people were wanting me to comment literally on the only tweets, I guess, that I could comment on is when she was being accused of being homophobic, because she said several times on Twitter, and I just want to let you guys know I am not the one that gets offended by that. I do not get triggered by that. Like, it does not affect me at all, so I'm probably not the best person to ask for my opinion on that. It doesn't bother me. But with that said, we still have a shit more stuff to talk about in this video, so let's get to it. And now let's talk about some actual drama, because I don't think that is drama for Brooke Schofield. I think it's disgusting. The first person that I want to talk about is Paige Neiman. Now, a lot of people might know her as Ariana Grande's #1 impersonator. I know her as absolute batshit crazy. Because why are you trying to look exactly like Ariana Grande and dress up as her? There is a clip of her going viral right now on TikTok, on Twitter, where she is dressed up as Ariana. She is lip syncing. I believe this song is called like A Boy Is Mine. It's the remake of Brandy and Monica's song.
The Boy Is Mine.
Yeah. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
What did I say?
The Boy Is
What did
Mine.
I say?
You said A Boy Is Mine.
A boy. Well, girl.
It's the boy today.
Well, in this video clip, people are calling her out because she's actually using this whole Ariana shtick that she does to promote her OnlyFans. And in my opinion, Ariana Grande needs to get a restraining order. She needs to file a lawsuit. She needs to do what she needs to do to protect herself, because that is so weird.
It is weird. It gives like the vibe that she wants to eat her face. And if you have problems,
she already bought it.
That's true. If you have problems with AI, like AI corn and stuff, you should definitely have problems with this, because I think this is weird, girl.
It's very fucking creepy because she looks so close to Ariana Grande. I don't know if it was a filter to help her achieve the look a little bit more, but it was creepily close.
Yeah. You know who else creeps me out? That girl that copies Taylor Swift. She's
Ashley.
a weirdo too.
Her name is Ashley, and she tries to tell people that she has not like had surgeries or anything to try to look like Taylor Swift. Girl, you look like you are the Walkin' Folklore album every single day of the week in fall.
She is lying.
It's awful.
She is lying like a rug.
There are some though that are more spot on than Ashley that I've seen doing like concerts around, like just impersonating Taylor for, I guess, people. We got Taylor Swift at home because they can't go to like the Eras tour. I'm gonna be completely honest, it is like creepy to me. The next thing that I want to talk about is Morphe apparently has pulled a fast one once again on their employees, and apparently they have closed down all their stores in the UK without any notice, in true Morphe fashion, and the employees just like showed up and they saw that their stores were like empty. There was a sign on the door, closed for like renovations, yeah. Is that not the same exact thing they did when they closed down here and they didn't give those people any kind of notice? Do you remember how bad that was?
Morphe has closed all of its UK stores. Let's talk about what's going to happen with the brand next. Effective immediately, Morphe have closed all 7 of their UK stores, and it goes without saying that I'm thinking of everyone who has lost their job. This news, there's me, mirrors what the brand did in the US back in January of 2023 when they closed all of their US stores as well. In this video, I was quite critical of Morphe. I feel like they had really lost their way at that point. They were still very much tainted with kind of badly judged influencer collabs, and I just felt that they were, you know, like really on the brink. But I feel quite differently with the UK news. Unlike the US closures, the UK ones just don't surprise me at all. I think the way we shop for beauty is so different now. Like if I'm going to pick up a Morphe setting spray, I am going to go to like my Boots that has a Morphe counter rather than searching out like one of these 7 stores, which probably won't be that near me. I have spoken to the brand, and one of the things they said about was the increase in rent, and obviously there's increase in rent everywhere and a decline in footfall. So it just doesn't make sense for one brand to have such a big space. I remember going to the opening of the UK, I think it was the first one in one of the Westfields in 2018. And the shop is huge. And I remember it really reflected that time, because out the back they had like a content like selfie area that people could use. And I just don't think, I think if brands want a standalone store now, it's very much a pop-up. But other than that, people want to shop for multiple brands at the same time. And that also reflects in our makeup bags, because say back in the day when, you know, I first got into makeup, you wanted a full face of MAC, and now I think you want a full face of very much of like pick a mix. You wouldn't just pick one brand. The Morphe are in 80 Boots stores now, and to me it makes so much more sense for them to focus their time and investment there where their customers are. This was the official statement. So Former Brands is who owns Morphe. Former Brands has made significant progress over the last year, positioning our business for growth by focusing on our flagship Morphe brand, largely through our wholesale and e-commerce operations. During that time, our owned Morphe stores in Europe, which have consistently provided an extraordinary experience for our customers, face disproportionately high store rent obligations. We've therefore made the difficult decision to close our 7 UK and 1 Amsterdam retail location. This move aligns with our strategy to prioritise and expand our successful wholesale and e-commerce operations similar to our model in the US. I also do want to just move myself, because they did tell me that although I think the news was delivered, there was no notice. Today, I believe that the employees of Morphe were all told of their redundancy packages. And they said they were equivalent to an enhanced redundancy package. So obviously it's never good news, but it does sound like they have tried to look after their staff in terms of a package, which I hope is true. No, I don't think this is the end of Morphe. I actually feel like they've been on a little bit of a comeback. They've released a few products recently, which for the first time in a long time have kind of made me think, oh, I'd like to try that. Like these kind of these hot shot drops, and there's also bronzer ones. So I don't think Morphe is going anywhere, but I do think it is opening a conversation and interesting for other brands, beauty brands, that have standalone stores, and whether they will also go. Because I just think we all either shop online or we will go to a Boots, we'll go to Sephora, we'll go to a Space NK, like whatever one is near you. I just don't think Morphe needed these 7 huge stores.
You know, they say that Morphe is having like a comeback and they're going to be like working with like a bunch of these like larger influencers. We remember that Michaela, in one of her videos, she was telling the story about how there was apparently this Morphe collaboration that was like on the horizon for her. She didn't accept it. I don't remember exactly what the fuck she said, but basically people thought that she was setting it up so Morphe will come to her in the future and want to use her because Meredith Duxbury was the face. Michaela's the new Supreme. Why is she not the face of Morphe?
Girl, Michaela's gonna do anything she can to get a deal with Morphe. You know why? Because she wants to emulate Jaclyn Hill so bad. That's why she did that whole thing with the elf thing. I'm telling you.
Do you think that there is going to be another Jaclyn Hill Morphe collaboration? I don't know. I don't think that Linda is involved with Morphe anymore, but do you think it's going to come back?
I don't.
You don't?
I think Morphe's gonna come back. I don't think we're gonna get collabs with people with Morphe like Jaclyn Hill, because if Jaclyn Hill...
TikTokers.
Yeah, definitely TikTokers. But if Jaclyn Hill were to go do that again, people would be so pissed at her. Her collab with Manny MUA with these lipsticks is not going to go well anyway.
You think that that's what's going to be? It's going to be Manny MUA? I saw some other people were talking about that as well. But what if it is not Manny and it's going to be a Morphe collaboration?
Done.
It seems like a safe bet for Jaclyn. No, you don't think?
Yeah, no, DOA, dead on arrival.
What do y'all think? If it came down to it, who do you think Jaclyn would choose to do a collaboration with for her lipsticks? Do you think it would be Manny MUA with Lunar Beauty? Or do you think that it would be Morphe or Morphe 2 or 3, 4?
Jaclyn will go where the money is. I think she'll do it, but I don't think the people are going to be receptive of it. I don't think people will be into it.
Oh, I don't know. Avery Woods, put him in the freezer. The next person that I want to talk about is Jake Paul, because apparently he has like a new body care line over at Walmart that I wasn't aware of, you were not aware of. Is anybody aware that Jake Paul had a body care line over at Walmart? Because a lady uploaded a video and she showed all of his products were already in the clearance section. You know how Walmart has like the big yellow clearance sticker?
All the Jake Paul stuff at Walmart is already on clearance. This kind of blew my mind because this just came out and now it's already more than 50% off. The deodorants were $3. All the body sprays were $3, and this is still fully stocked. So I don't know if it just didn't sell well. I don't know if Jake Paul was just trying a new business idea out. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know your thoughts. Some of the body washes were marked $5 and then some were marked $4. So I don't know what they would ring up at the register. But if you were not getting this because of the price, definitely go check the Walmart clearance section. Made a video on this when it first came out, and a lot of you guys said these products are actually really good.
She made the video and Jake actually responded to it, and he said that this happened because there was somebody that worked at the store and the stock wasn't getting put in the right place, so it was kind of like put to the side. He did comment back to the lady that made the video and said that it was one of Walmart's like biggest launches and it was going to make like $50 million in the first year. A lot of people are saying that this lady, after uploading this video and having Jake Paul respond, switched up because she uploaded a part 2, and she just seemed like she was like enamored at the fact that Jake Paul commented back to her, and she was like, no, the products are actually good.
Oh my gosh. So I did not mean anything mean by my video. I'm literally nobody. Go look on my page. I'm so surprised Jake Paul even saw my video. I post a lot of shopping videos, specifically all the new displays at Walmart, all of the like new makeup, body care, skincare, perfume, stuff like that. I love it. I also post a lot of deals and just stuff people can get for a really good price, maybe with a coupon or whatever. That's all I meant by this video. I posted a video when your stuff first came out of the full display going product by product and scent by scent. That video did really well. You reposted it. Thank you so much. And people were like loving it and saying they were gonna go buy it, and they specifically like your body washes. And since that video like performed pretty well, I posted another one, a little follow-up that was not monetized, by the way, on like the clearance deals because a lot of people wanted it. Now it's like $3, so it's even less. If you're wanting it before but couldn't get it for the price, like now you can get it. No shade, no tea, no nothing. I totally understand this response because if I was working really hard on like a beauty brand or a body care line and it had my name on it and my face on it, I get it. I totally get it. I'm not starting beef with Jake Paul. I'm not clout chasing. I'm not doing any of that. It's just sharing a deal. I was surprised it went on clearance so fast. That's it.
Again, did anybody know that Jake Paul had a line at Walmart?
Certainly not.
Where's the marketing for this? Is there marketing for this?
Probably not, girl. We're targeting the people that are in there just browsing and shopping. You don't remember when we could go to Walmart at 3 o'clock in the morning? That's when I bought the most unnecessary things and I spent way too much money. They're still getting people that way.
We're
It's
just
just
sitting
not
here
3 o'clock
thinking
in the
about
morning.
that. Gone are the days. We didn't realize how good we had it as a civilization. Being able to go to Walmart
And
all
get-
night
and
at
get
whatever
one McChickens.
Yes, $1 McChickens, $1 hot and spicies, a 5 for $5 at Arby's. I know that they brought it back. It's not the same.
No.
They all went down in size.
No,
the
girl,
filet of
it's
fish.
sliders now. That's
Oh.
why. It's not the regular bun anymore.
Got a lot of nerve, Arby's offering people $5 sliders. What the hell?
I feel like we're not going to be back to normal as a society here in America until we can shop at Walmart at 3 o'clock in the morning. I hate Walmart, but that was my time to shop.
I don't know if
I loved it.
they're never going to bring that back because people out there do not know how to act right and people are looting and stealing shit at all hours of the day.
That's true.
I have to say though, sometimes when I see people, when it comes to those shoplifting videos, I think shoplifting is wrong. You should not be f***ing doing it. However, when I see people that are stealing food, and it's not, I'm not talking about like the filet mignons and the f***ing big ass things of meat and all of that.
Like bread
when
and
they're
stuff.
stealing necessities that they actually need, toothpaste, deodorant, I'm like, girl, let them f***ing go. But when you're running out of there with a whole TV, a
microwave,
roast, every single thing that you don't need right now, like, come on.
Girl, I remember
Ridiculous.
a long time ago, I was at Walmart in the middle of the night, and there was this big lady, and she had on this big jacket, and she had a microwave tucked up in there.
Wow.
It fell out when she ran through the door with it, but she picked that bitch up and ran, girl.
Oh my God.
She was
said,
gone.
"I'm taking this." You know what? She committed to it.
Yes, she did. She
to
committed.
it.
She risked it for the biscuit with
She
that
did.
one.
There was a clip going around over on TikTok of this podcast where they are talking about there was some collaboration that was going to go on with some A-list celebrity and an influencer. It was a beauty influencer. They did not say exactly who it was, but the drama is after this like Zoom call collaboration thing was going, the file was recorded. Whoever the A-list celebrity was and their team that was standing there thought the Zoom call was over. It continued to record and they said some not so nice things about this influencer, about like how they cannot stand them, how, oh my God, we're so glad that's over. On this podcast, they did not say who it is, but there are people down in the comment section trying to guess. She said it was a guy. People are trying to say it's like Selena Gomez or it's like Kylie Jenner or it's even Rihanna, even though in the clip she did say that no, it is not Fenty Rihanna. Like that's not the case.
But I remember hearing this story and I was like, this is insane. So imagine like a celebrity brand, like whether makeup, fashion, etc.
Like Fenty.
Like
or
a Fenty equivalent.
Okay.
It wasn't Rihanna.
Okay.
But
it was an influencer, or it's just celebrity brand in general.
a celebrity brand was working with this influencer, and they were gonna do, I think it was like a virtual collab. Or
I know what you're
something
talking about. I know what you're talking about.
This is insane. Really A-list known celebrity.
Okay, damn. Is it like known? Can you say it? Or
I can't say
Oh,
it.
you can't say it.
I
Okay,
can't.
okay.
Is this public knowledge or you just know this?
No,
Okay.
no. I believe the collab never came out because of this.
Oh, okay.
Oh my
I believe.
God. All right.
Okay. I'm pretty damn sure.
Some inside scoop right now. I love it.
So the celebrity, they were doing a virtual, it was definitely over Zoom. I forget if it was a collab or an interview, but it was definitely filmed. Long story short, they end it. They thought it wasn't recording anymore, like the Zoom. It was still recording. The celebrity is like smiling and he goes, oh, thank God that's over. Like, yes.
And they said something, I forget exactly what it was, but they said something worse.
It was worse. I forget
after
it.
that
I don't want
too.
to I forget exactly what it was, but it was like, ugh, I can't
was like a
stand
dig-
them. Or
yeah,
like
yeah,
something
yeah.
of that sort.
Oh, wow.
And because of this, that collab never happened. But then the influencers on this side hearing it, and I was just like, that would be my 13.
yeah.
Someone that I like grew up looking up to, I would be like, oh,
Dang,
I'm
yeah,
ending my
that's-
career.
That's really bad.
because the celebrities team sent all the footage to, like,
Yes,
to
it
the
was the
person.
raw
It was like, here. It was the
footage.
raw footage. It was like,
No.
here.
It was the raw
Here, like,
footage.
edit. Like, here's all your footage. And
To
then
edit.
at the end, it was left in.
I couldn't even imagine.
I know, I feel bad.
Because you're going to post like a BTS of the collab.
And then
influencer
imagine.
got the footage?
Yes, and then
Who could this be? I need everyone out there to put on their thinking caps, their sleuthing abilities, and all of that. Who the do you think this is?
Girl, you know who you need to call
Who?
upon for this task here to find out who this person is? The Redditors.
Ooh,
the
not-
Redditors know everything.
Not the ones on the Avery Woods snark Reddit, apparently,
Yeah.
because they are getting in trouble.
Well, I mean, girl, that's with everything. There's good and bad and everything, but the majority of Reddits that I've read to problem solve, they're good people.
Well, most of the comments that I saw underneath this video were saying that they think the influencer that this was James Charles, because this seems like a very James Charles thing to happen. Like somebody like hypes him up in person, but then after the fact, they're like, oh my God, girl, cannot stand that. He probably tried to start singing.
Oh my God,
He
could you
probably
imagine?
did.
I would be so
That's what it was.
pissed.
That's what it was. And finally, I want to talk about Tana Mongeau right now because she is extremely angry. She is pissed off. She says that she is suing everybody over on TikTok, basically. More so like this one account over on TikTok or anybody that uploads their podcast that is behind a paywall because they do put extra content up on Patreon. There's an account over there that is uploading clips from the actual Patreon.
Wait, so now I can talk about the voice memo. I never talked about the voice memo. I think I might have mentioned it on Patreon, which we know K-WAP 1 has clicked. But Brooke is coming up this one account for leaking the Patreon. But they leaked our whole live shows, every live show that they obviously didn't attend, so they have malicious intent. They're going out, seeking out the videos, and then posting them, knowing, like, doing it, like, you know, it's malicious. To get views and make money.
It's not like fun and like flirty, like, oh, I want people to be able to see it. It's like, it's literally like they don't like us, and that's why they're doing it, and that's what bothers me about it.
I agree with that, and it is hard. I know that it's just one of the downfalls that comes with all of this. And listen, I'm about to put my foot into hiring a DMC takedown team, and I think that eventually the Patreon will never get leaked, because that's the goal. We appreciate all the people that subscribed, and we want to give them something that no one else sees.
And I don't care if it ends up on TikTok every time. I'm gonna put my barefoot into this Patreon.
See, that could have been a cool time for you to part.
I'm like really weary about putting clips from Tana and Brooke's podcast in this video because I don't know what is what, and I don't want to like step over bounds, because we have a Patreon podcast as well, and we hate it when people take those clips and put them on YouTube or any social media platform as well. So I don't want to participate in that behavior, but it looks exactly the same as their actual podcast, so it's very difficult to like know, because I'm not someone that actually like sits there and watches the full podcast episode whenever they drop one. I just get my clips from over on TikTok like everybody else.
And that's the problem. TikTok, you're able to share shit so quickly, and people will watch their Patreon and then just screen record it and then put it on TikTok for the world to consume when that's paid content. That's wrong.
Well, Tana says that she is going to be hiring a DMCA attorney, and they are going to be handling this whole podcast drama that is going on. But I have to wonder, is this going to affect other people that just use clips from like the YouTube podcast or just Tana in general? Because if you followed YouTube drama for a while, then you're probably over on Twitter and you see people bitching all the time about a company named SuperBam.
Awful.
And they might try to do it to this video as well, but they try to normally do it to like videos that have been up for maybe like 3-4 months, at least in my case. They'll put in a fake ass claim on it, and then you have to literally like respond, then they remove it. I don't understand their whole entire process, but it's always in regards to Tana Mongeau.
You want to know the most annoying thing about SuperBam? Them motherfuckers, one day I'm going to end up suing them, because what they do is they'll put the copyright claim on your video and it'll go into escrow, and then they will wait so long that you end up getting your money for that video the next month.
Yeah.
And that's some bullshit. SuperBam, count your days.
I don't understand how YouTube hasn't like done anything to them, because it's a shit ton of like false claims. It's like they just see that a clip is used in a video and they just go down the list and they click yes on every single one without actually seeing what the clip is and finding out that it actually is fair use. I do understand it though for the podcast that is uploaded over on Patreon and the extra content. So I do understand why Tana is doing that.
I was literally just the other day had it out with SuperBam. Remember how pissed off I got when I got that copyright claim on my last video, and I darted. It popped up on my phone. I was like, these mother.
And with all that said, everyone, that is it for this video. I hope that you did enjoy it. Please let me know down in the comment section if you are enjoying 2 videos a day. I want to get on a better schedule with this, where one goes out like way earlier, but we just have been recording them the exact same day that I am posting them, so we'll get there.
We're working on it.
We'll get there. And if you have made it this far in the video, thank you so much. Please make sure you are subscribed, and please leave us a green heart emoji down in the comment section, and we will see you guys all in the next video. Bye.